Hey there, constitutional scholars. Hopefully you saw this assignment in the last couple days, The Constitution in Action. It's a great way for you to apply your knowledge of the most important document in America today, as well as prepare for the bar exam by getting some of this terminology and some of these things that we've been talking about in class and making sense of them in the real world. It also gives you a chance to take a look at some current events, which is always fun, and work on your writing and summary skills, which are key in history, in English, in science, in life, all that good stuff. So it's on my website, it's on Google Classroom. Here's the assignment itself. Okay, you can check out your targets about using appropriate resources to support an idea or argument, applying the Constitution to current society, summarizing information, and communicate analysis and opinions clearly and properly. All right, these two things right here are skills that we're going to go on in multiple classes all throughout the year, and these are things that we want you to make sure that you're working on, and this is a good opportunity to do it. So the bottom line, the nuts and bolts of this assignment are you want to find at least 3 articles dealing with these major topics down here. Now, there are 6 major topics that I've identified: federalism, Congress in action, the president and executive branch in action, the judicial branch in action, the First Amendment in action, and Amendments 2 through 9 in action. Notice it says you can't repeat any major topic, so I don't want you to find 3 articles dealing with Congress. I want you to find at least 1 dealing with 3 of these topics. That way it gives you a more broad base and understanding of the Constitution. I highly suggest you don't just go out and Google this, because if you do, something could happen, which happened a few years ago, which a girl found an article about the Bill of Rights in The Onion, which is a satirical newspaper, and she submitted that, and I had to speak with her about making sure her resources were valid. These are the resources that I would suggest you use right here. You also could use Google News. I forgot to put it on your document, but that would be an okay resource. I think Google News would be fine. But I wouldn't just go and Google it, because you're going to get somebody's blog or somebody's rant or something like that, and that might not be news. I'm looking for news articles, okay, not necessarily opinion pieces. My example is it's from last year. I want your articles to be from 2016, but mine was from 2015, and it's right here, okay? And if you take a look at it, it has an embedded link to the article. So I've linked to the article, that's fine. That's the title of the article. And then here's my summary of the article. All right, maybe I'll set that aside. You'll notice that my summary is about 4 or 5 paragraphs, or 4 or 5 sentences. Nothing longer than that. We're not talking like multiple paragraphs. If you look at the article, I tried to summarize the entire article. It's a longer article, and I wanted to summarize it as much as possible within about 5 sentences. So you don't want to just summarize the first 2 sentences, but you do want to keep it short. That's sort of that balance. Also, you'll notice that I have an attributive tag in here. This is what Doc calls attributive tags, where it says that I quoted the article here, and I put it in quotes, and I put it within the wording of my paragraph. It's something that you're going to work on in English class throughout the year. It's pretty easy to do. What you don't want to do is just copy and paste the whole article. You want to summarize it, put it in your words. And then also you'll notice I put what part of the Constitution it deals with. And in this case, it was dealing with the First Amendment. So I mentioned the First Amendment there. So here's what I'm asking you to do. The title of the article and an embedded link to the article. Summarize the entire article in 4 to 5 sentences. Explain how the Constitution or a constitutional principle is in action, and check your conventions and spelling. Pretty straightforward, all right? Nothing really crazy cool or creative about this one. It's more, can you take this Constitution stuff and apply it to the real world? That's the deal. Okay, so I'd get going on this. It's actually a pretty easy assignment when you think about it, because it's the Constitution is on the front page almost every day. I caution you about focusing primarily on the presidential election, in part because while these Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, and Gary Johnson, and everybody else that's running for president. They are doing that. Remember, running for president isn't in the Constitution. The office is. So if you find them talking about being commander in chief, that's in the Constitution. But there is no campaign for the Constitution in the there's no campaign for the presidency in the Constitution because there were no political campaigns when they wrote it. Okay, so here's some good resources. Um, if you have trouble, let me know. But there are tons every day. One of the easiest ways to do it is look in the front page of the Journal Sentinel, if you get it, or the Wall Street Journal. You probably can find 3 in one given day, and then go and find those articles online. Or if you find them in print, you can go ahead and take a picture of them and put them on your document. Your document is already shared with you on Google Classroom. You're going to put your name right here. You're going to put what topic you have right here, your articles and your writing, and then you're going to resubmit it on Google Classroom. Sound like a plan? All right, gang. Have a great weekend, and let me know when you have questions about this bar exam. It should be fun.